Hey everybody, and welcome to my usual me, and welcome back to a Life is Feudal update 0.2.0. Alright guys, they finally released all the rest of the information they're going to give us for now, so this is going to be the update for that, and let's go ahead and just jump right into it and see what Saxon had to say on the Steam forums. Under Dev News 140, Territory Saxon and Wars, Saxon says, "Hey Feudalists, as we continue our preparations for 0.2.0, Skjotland, Bayan, Telman, and North American Newbie archipelagos were shut down this week, and all the characters along with their inventories were safely transferred to Epland and the Newbies Islanders to EU Newbie. To commemorate all the creations of the Old World, we have started compiling a collective album, Glory to the Old Worlds, where all of you are welcome to share your best moments and magnificent creations. We've also received requests to immortalize the guild rankings of these worlds, and they are now available in a dedicated album as well. As for the destiny of the remaining worlds of Abella, how it will work with the new map, and other questions, we are going to announce all of the details soon. In the meantime, we are excited to unveil the most anticipated and hyped features of 0.2.0. You guessed it, the new map, fiefs, and taxes, and new wars. Find out how vast and diverse the new map will be, and how the new taxes, territories, and guild war systems will work in the upcoming 0.2.0 on our page dedicated to the update. Have a great weekend, the team." Alrighty, here we go. New map. Meet the new significantly bigger map. The size of the new map is 1,296 kilometers squared, which is about 3 times as big as the old one, 441 kilometers squared. More territory for you to explore, develop, and conquer. Shortly after the launch of Life is Feudal MMO back in November 2017, we realized the flaws of our map we created. As soon as this realization came, we started carefully designing a new and bigger map. The new map that does not have these flaws and will contain more land useful for our players with a wider variety of various landscape features. Bigger, balanced, and ready for you to explore. The new map features new rare resources, see in the rare resources section, that are distributed around different regions on the surface and under the surface of the land. We have lowered the amount of harsh land like deserts and snow plains, yet we've left those features for those who prefer a challenge of living in a harsh environment. A certain maze of impassable mountains makes it harder to cross the map and creates choke points that would probably be controlled by major powers to ensure their control over certain parts of the map. Yet we expect that some guilds might create tunnels to break the monopoly of such guilds and make traveling across the map faster for a small fee. Alrighty guys, territories and taxes, let's jump into this. Fiefs, taxes, and new wars. We're excited to introduce the all-new territories and taxation system. Learn more about new territories, control mechanics, and the significant update in Guild Wars. The Judgment Hour and Instance Battle Primetime mechanics has been reworked and designed to be convenient for players from all over the world. And there's more. Meet the new raid mechanics that, as we hope, shall bring more fun to guild rivalry. New territory system, quick look. The whole world is covered with rectangular fiefs. This grid of fiefs is pre-made by us, fixed, and is not going to change. Each fief is approximately 4,900 tiles, positive and negative 500 tiles, roughly early Tier 2 claim radius with realm land included. With this system, there are no town or real claims anymore. Players can use the whole surface of the claim they control to build the castle design they want. No more circular castles. Yay! We highly recommend concentrating on your most important buildings and belongings, along with the wall perimeters, on the protection of your guild monument and neighboring outpost fiefs. Well, that's good, guys, because, you know, the whole circle thing, it wasn't working. And, you know, because the mechanics of the game don't allow for a round castle. So it made it a big pain in the butt to have to try to do that. So, yeah, I like this a lot. I do. Controlling of a fief. A guild can control a fief by owning a guild monument or an outpost on its land. Fiefs with guild monuments cannot border each other, so your noisy neighbors and troll claims will live further from you. A guild monument tier and its relation with the fief's amount controlled by outpost is described below. The first tier can control up to 1 additional fief. The second tier needs to control at least 1 neighboring fief in order to be able to upgrade guild monuments to the second tier. They can control up to 3 fiefs in total. Now the third tier needs to control at least 2 neighboring fiefs in order to be able to upgrade the guild monument to the third tier. It can control up to 6 fiefs in total. And the fourth tier needs to control at least 3 neighboring fiefs in order to be able to upgrade the guild monument to the 4th tier. It can control an infinite amount of fiefs in total. At the same time, outposts can also be upgraded to the 3rd level. Upgraded outposts provide a faster production range, require more time to claim them, and are more resistant to the damage. But what is more important, successful claim of the outpost does not change the ownership of the outpost, but just lower its level by 1. Thus, a level 3 outpost must be claimed 3 times in the course of a few days in order to actually be captured by attackers. That's really interesting. Province. Roughly 50 fiefs are united into a province. Provinces are pre-made by us, fixed, and will not change. Province can only be controlled by a guild via a successful win in an instance battle. Owning a province does not provide a controlling guild any special powers over the fiefs of this province and its residents. The only purpose of controlling a province is to gather taxes from the fiefs of this province. Taxes are gathered automatically and appear in a guild monument container of a guild that controls provinces. So far, we have a fixed rate of 20% of all coins that were spent for the support of the outposts and guild monuments on all the fiefs of this province. Thus, rich provinces can provide a significant source of income for the guild that controls it. Here's an example right here below, guys. We're going to leave this up for just a couple of seconds just so you can take a look. It's pretty self-explanatory. 20% is 20%. Protectorate. Protectorates are large portions of land roughly 1 server node wide, about 24 of them on the new map, that are controlled by the crown. No fiefs on this land, but it is the only place where players can put personal claims. No PvP rules on this land, aka no damage goes through in a PvP. A safe haven for guildless, newbies, and leveling up twinks. Well, that's not condescending at all. Guilds can wrestle the ownership over protectorates via instance battle mechanics, thus claiming 20% of all coins sacrificed on the support of personal claims on these lands. Life is feudal. Guild Judgment Hour. Each guild upon its creation must pick 3 primetime windows: primary, secondary, tertiary out of the 6 possible. Those primetime windows are Pacific Time, Eastern Time, Brazil, UTC, Moscow Time, China Time. Guild leaders must pick the first, second, and third primetimes in order of priority, where the first primetime is the most strong primetime of his guild or her guild. The selection of primetimes can be changed with a 7 real-life days timeout. During the primetime window, the Guild Judgment Hour becomes active, making the guild and its assets vulnerable to the hostile PvP activities. Depending on the rank of the guild, its primetimes become more frequent and longer in duration in a following scheme. All right, guys, so 10th rank, you have 1 hour of Judgment Hour in your primary, but secondary and tertiary doesn't have any. You drop down to the 7th rank, and you get 3 hours of Judgment Hour in the first and 1 hour in the second. And when you drop down to the 4th, or when you rise yourself up to the 4th, rather, you have 3 different times for your Judgment Hour, and it becomes 3 hours, 3 hours, and 1 hour, respectively. And it tops out at 3 hours across the board if you become a first rank guild. So it'll be interesting to see how this shakes out, guys. Fief-based vulnerability or burning fief. In order to be able to capture or lower the level of 2nd or 3rd level outposts, the following requirements must be met. A neighboring fief must be burning, and the guild that owns a targeted thief must have a Guild Judgment Hour active now. Basically, if you want to capture a certain fief that is controlled by another guild, you must have your own fief neighboring with the targeted fief. You need to light up your own fief, thus making it vulnerable to the capturing. And you must do it when the targeted guild is having a Guild Judgment Hour. After that, you move on to their fief and start the claiming process of the outpost and protect it from the owners of the outpost who will try to break the process, pretty much how it worked since we've introduced the outpost mechanics in summer 2018. You must keep in mind that lighting up and making your fief that is neighboring to the fiefs of different guilds to be burning might be considered an act of war by those guilds. You think? You can expect that they will come to extinguish your fief by capturing it in order to save their fiefs from the vulnerability that you have triggered. Heck yeah, they're gonna. Instance battles for provinces. While capturing a certain fief gives you full control over the small portion of land, your guild can capture whole provinces or protectorates. Each province is roughly 50 fiefs large. Controlling the province does not give you any powers over its residents, guilds, but allows your guild to collect the tax every in-game day from all the guilds that have outposts and or guild monuments in this province. For now, we've decided to go with a fixed 20% taxation rate, but we have plans to implement a sophisticated system that will allow changing the taxation amount and rules in the future. Obviously, the amount of taxes your guild will receive depends on how populated the province is and how developed outposts and guild claims in this province are. In order for a certain guild to get control over a province or protectorate, it must win an instance battle against their current owner. In order to initiate the instance battle on the province, the attacking guild must meet the following requirements. It must be in a state of war with the guild currently owning the targeted province. It must issue the state of war 24 hours before the guild judgment hour starts, ideally with the current guild judgment hour, so the instance battle become active the next day at the same time. And it must have a neighboring province controlled or have a fief with a level 3 outpost in the targeted province. Protectorates. Protectorates are the area around 4 starting villages. Each area is roughly about 6 server nodes wide, resulting in a total of 24 server nodes. Protectorates feature a very green world setting, meaning that there is no PvP that can happen here. No guild claims can be set, and it's the only place where players can put their personal claims. Protectorates are designed to be a safe haven for small groups of players and solo players who want to stay away from the major guild politics and wars. Though protectorates contain provinces that can be captured by guilds, meaning that 20% of the support coins that players will spend on supporting their personal claims will go toward the guild controlling the province in the protectorate area. So I guess my big question, ladies and gentlemen, is to Bobik and the crew. If you have a personal claim, if you're a solo player or you are a small group and you have a personal claim and you are being charged, let's say, 100 gold or 100 silver for your claim, and then a guild moves in, and you've been paying this 100 silver to the crown, 100% of the money goes to the crown. The guild moves in, now they get 20%. Will you then be charged the 120 silver, or will you still be paying the exact same amount? That is going to be the key defining point as to whether or not solo players and small groups are going to be able to play on this map. Because it doesn't sound like we're going to have Epland anymore. It doesn't sound like we're going to have the PvE server anymore. And how do you think the exploits are going to work for the larger guilds? Are they going to come in? Are they going to put personal claims down? Are they going to be able to afford to? Or you think they're even going to bother, guys? Do you think this world's going to be big enough that it won't even matter? Why don't you tell me what you think in the comment section below, guys, and we're going to keep you updated on what's going to happen in Life is Feudal, the MMO 0.2.0 update. As soon as new information comes out, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get you a video. So, hey, guys, I hope you liked the video. If it was informational to you, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, do that right now. As I always say, I am my usual me. You be your usual you, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and don't forget, I'm going live 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch tonight. So come on over and say hello. Twitch.tv/myusualme. We'll talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye.